meet a guy that I wanted to have a baby with. I've dated lots of guys, but I just never felt that, you know, one was the one. But then, by the time you sort of get to your mid to late 30s, something happens in your body as a woman who's never had a child. And I mean, Carla, you had kids younger, so you wouldn't have felt this, but...
I was 34.
34? And did you feel, it is like they say you feel the biological clock ticking, but I read in another article where a woman facing the same situation calls it baby lust. And it's that feeling in your belly that it's undeniable. Every month your body has a way of saying, hello, ready to do what what we're meant to do.
Okay, so you hear this really loud ticking clock and decide to go down that path of assisted fertility. Is that what you call it?
I turned 40 and I went and had my ovarian reserves tested. It was a scary thing to do because, the results could have said it's lights out, it's, game's over. But it wasn't a disaster, but the results were very shocking, and I was told by an IVF doctor, you are almost out of time. If you want to have a baby, I don't know what your relationship status is, but you've got to do it now. And that's what instigated the thoughts for me to do this as a documentary, to look at, okay, well, I'm single, I'm 40, I've been told it's now or never. How do I do this? So the documentary is about looking at the realities of fertility and the decline in fertility in women at a certain age. And also, thanks to modern technology and advances in medicine, there are options for women to have a baby if you haven't met Mr. Right.
Sami, you could have gone either way with this. You could have done it privately. You've decided to go very public with this. The papers, now on TV, on the telly, the documentary, lights, cameras, action, the whole shebang. What have family and friends, and even strangers, said to you about this?
Everyone has been so supportive. I think it's an issue that really hasn't been talked about publicly a lot, and it's a confronting issue. Journalists that have watched the documentary and then called me, every one of them has said the first thing they say is, that's pretty confronting, because as women, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about the realities that our bodies are designed to do something, and if you don't address that in time, you run out of time. When I was at school, when I was doing sex education classes at school, all they teach you is how not to get pregnant. That's all you're taught. But I really think women need to be taught more about what's going on in their own bodies and the realities of what happens to your fertility at a certain age.
You talk about it being confronting.
Yes.
When that doctor said to you, this isn't looking good, did that make you cry?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. There's a brief moment where you think, why am I in this position? I know why I'm in this position, because of the choices I've made in my working life and my personal life over the last 20 years. But as I said, thanks to, medicine today, I can kind of try and take control of this situation in a way, and that's what you see me doing in the documentary. I'm a journalist, like you, so it's knowledge is power, and I treated this as I'm going to go out and get as much information as I can and try and make the choice that's best for me, and more importantly, best for the child that I'm going to hopefully bring into this world.
How has this decision affected your dating life?
Oh, it's not been good, Larry. I'm certainly not every guy's, dating dream girl at the moment. A 40-year-old single woman with the biological clock that you can hear, coming a mile away. So, and it is tough if you meet someone and you start dating them. The biggest thing that's happening in my life right now is this whole experience. And if I meet someone and start dating them, it's not exactly nice dinner conversation on your first or second date. So it's been tough, but I have continued the search for Mr. Right. I'm not giving up on the idea of meeting Mr. Right, but I kind of need to make the baby a priority now because my body and science is telling me that I have to.
Okay, we love a fairy tale. Is there a fairy tale ending at the end of this, without me asking you point blank?
Well,
have you got any happy news?
Do you know what? I've been waiting for the fairy tale my whole life, Carl. And all my girlfriends say, don't look at sperm donors yet. Go and wait until you meet Mr. Right. As I said in that little clip, I've been dating for 20 years. What makes me think that he's going to turn up all of a sudden because I've turned 40? But you'll have to watch the documentary to see the decisions that I make.
Her biological clock might be ticking, but she can still avoid a question.
Okay, well, to see if there is a fairy tale ending, may have to watch the documentary. It's called Sami's Baby. It premieres tonight at 9:30 p.m. on Lifestyle U. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah.